for the love. We the new era, so whoever may feel they above.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they go play action. Here's Levis.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. To punt on fourth down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Out of bounds just shy of the 45.
This defense for the Packers, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them. So many times we see teams go on the road and have to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Breaks through the contact. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play there on the catch and run, 35 yards.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
On 1st and 10, Love. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is...
And the ball comes out. Love lost it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Love from the gun. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Kene Nwangu, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Levis on 3rd down. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
And now Love going to change things up. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu.
There he goes, left side.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Kene Nwangu with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
He's showing the different ways he can hit you in this first quarter. 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown.
He's showing us he's not just a stereotype, isn't he? Not just a guy who carries the ball out of the backfield, can get out into space, make plays with his hands downfield. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Defensively, you'd prefer to be going against the stereotype, wouldn't you?
At least you know where he is, right? That gives you a chance to get more people to him and get him on the ground.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And this will be a Packers first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
The throw over the middle taken in.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Levis sets up to throw here.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the 2nd quarter.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Now, this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
So the pick 6, and now Levis right back to the air. That's going to be caught by Judy.
And some room to work. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw, it's Levis. He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Green Bay Packers. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
21-0 our score after 1.
Score Vikings 21, Packers nothing.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. Levis looking to throw.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Got to get to the 26 for a 1st. This is 3rd down.
Working from the gun, here's Levis. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Here we go, 4th down, Levis. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down by a good 3 yards as they convert on 4th and 5. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
And that's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Carlson's extra point up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Love, he's going to change the play here. Now this time he'll look to throw. Buying time to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Play action this time with Love. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
What's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
This 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Levis out of the shotgun now.
Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu.
And he'll power his way up near the 25.
75 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They'll try and lay this out for Chosen.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
And take it right on the 30. And now the rookie's free.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
On 1st down, Levis.
And he rifles one incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
Third and goal. Here's Levis.
Escaping the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
An audible here to get a new look.
And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, Any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3, cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
3rd and 4.
Hey, jump steal.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Ready. Hey, go Fury. Ready?
First play's a run with Nwangu. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Red. Hey, green. Ready.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. They'll try and lay this out for Chosen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Up the middle, Nwangu. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken in at the 22. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. So after the run for a yard, here comes 2nd and 9 from the 26. Levis from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Levis. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Blue striker.
On the give is Nwangu. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards to pick up, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Black swap.
Back to Nwangu again on 1st down. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 97 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Packers' 37-yard line.
Ready. Check smash. Hey.
In motion right goes Allen.
Heel blue.
Now a give running right, Nwangu. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Another run now for Nwangu. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. Joseph's got it, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So this drive maybe didn't end with the same kind of success they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, we can't let these guys keep driving it right down our throats. Not perfect giving up 3, but a much better start than the way they played in the first half.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Off the play fake, Levis. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Levis. Oh, and that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close.
Here we go, set.
13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
50 series.
Love looking to throw it. Looking deep downfield. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Handoff right side to Wangu.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Levis now on 1st and 10.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Cowboy 80, 19 Lion. 18 Pioneer.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Let's go now. 70 Lions. 19 Tiger. 19. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Get up.
2nd down. Here's Levis. That's taken in by Watson. And they'll get to him right away as he's taken down right there at the 44. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd down and 12. Out quickly to Judy. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
But it's 4th down.
How about this? They'll change it at the line. Desperation time now. Here's Levis. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down. They go for it on 4th and 2, and it's a gain of 6.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Packers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Carlson's extra point up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in place, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Allen, the man in motion left.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Love wants to shift things around.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. On 3rd down, Love. And Allen's got it.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him.
Touchdown, Vikings! Kene Nwangu, 63 yards.
And the Vikings use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Joseph connects on the extra point,
and the lead now up to 14.
31, Packers 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Hustle!
Levis.
Flush to his right. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Here's 2nd down. Levis to throw. Watson making the catch.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Levis, he'll look to throw it. He's going to let it fly. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Well, defensively there, you want to play it a little safe and keep the action in front of you, but you definitely aren't looking to give up plays like that. They still got the cushion of a 2-score lead, but don't give them a freebie here in the final minute.
Here's Levis. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. Boy, so what else could go wrong for him here? It's an illegal touching penalty on the outside.
Yeah, Brandon, that really wasn't a very disciplined play, was it? Because you got to know where you are on the field. You can't get that close to the sideline because if you step out of bounds, you can't be the first to re-enter and touch it. That's an easy call for the officials.
2nd down, goal to go. And Levis going back to the air. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Now Carlson for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the 1st quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Vikings, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.